Well, it's cool that the best pickleball company in the world wants to do a shoe. It makes sense. We were on board from the beginning. Hi, my name is Bryan Cioffi. I am the head designer and co-founder of Meg Bryan Design Agency. I would say if you summed up our day-to-day in general, we try to connect design to good business. For a few years, I was the head of design and the creative director at Converse. From there, I went to Reebok and had the amazing chance to do even more there. I've always wanted to do my own thing. My wife, Meg, and I, Meg is also creative. She was the lead designer for Classics at Reebok, where I met her. We decided that we wanted to take our skills and take our network that we'd built over 20 years. Our mission when we started this was to work with brands that have good ideas. Before I knew or could put it to words, I was obsessed with the Franklin word mark because it's just amazingly done. And the gloves were crafted so nice, and it was like one of the first products I really, again, before I was aware of what good product design or craftsmanship was, I was in love with that product. So when the brand called, I was like, we'll do anything. Okay, it's a pickleball shoe? Okay. Well, it's cool that the best pickleball company in the world wants to do a shoe. It makes sense. The more research we did, the more we realized how different, subtly, pickleball is. I immediately saw the parallels to basketball more than tennis. We threw everything away and we started completely over because no one had built anything truly for pickleball. You could build something better and you could feel more comfortable in your body while you played. Most other pickleball shoes are a tennis shoe that's badged as a pickleball shoe. We started from the beginning. So the first thing we did was we widened out the toe box area a little bit, but it's just enough that your metatarsals can spread out. When they spread out, they can move and they can feel the ground a little bit deeper. You can get up on your toes easier. So we changed the cuboid so it lets you plant really well, and then we use a very shallow drop so that all of the cushioning can work 360 with your foot. Cool. So what we wanted to do is go back to just old-time classic footwear craftsmanship and do a couple of techniques that would make the shoe incredibly durable, but also lightweight and flexible. We used a special ballistic mesh that's very lightweight and breathable, but also has great anti-abrasion properties. And we used a piece of suede that we double stitched around the tongue, and we sort of strategically positioned the mesh, the suede, and the rubber itself to where the highest wear areas of the shoe are. So you don't wear through the shoe. It's still lightweight, it's still breathable, and it's just natural materials that we all know and love. It's not over-designed. We really wanted to focus on stability. That was an enormous part, and we wanted the shoe to feel stable as you're moving laterally side to side. So we used a technique called gillies, and the gillies itself are a little nylon strap. It actually goes down and connects to the bottom part of the shoe so you can't move it, but inside it's loose. So when you tighten your laces, it works like fingers around your foot. You can tighten each one different, so it actually gives you a customized fit. We spent a ton of time again on that stability piece. When you're cutting, you want to stop and be able to have something to push back off of. So we used a very traditional basketball tennis trick called an outrigger. And that is on the bottom here. You can see it protects you laterally, but it's not really there for protection against the court. It's there so you can push off. It's very subtle, but you'll definitely notice this when you're in and out of cuts. We also radiused the medial side of the outsole as well. We brought that up for support because you do get a lot of rub. As your foot comes in, you tend to roll over. So the extra rubber helps you as you slide. But this radius makes it easier to roll in and out. So you can see, as you're coming in, this will allow your natural body's motion to roll off and toe off as you move. And if you're coming this way, you stop on your outrigger. One of my favorite parts of the shoe itself is the pivot point, where you want a little bit more rubber so you can have traction, and it's the highest wear part. We actually took the Franklin Pickleball, which is the most iconic pickleball in the world, and that is the pivot point of the sneaker. We worked really, really hard on a multi-directional deep groove herringbone. One of the things that really stuck out to me was people play pickleball everywhere. And I wanted to make a tread that would work for every surface. Herringbone is amazing because it acts as a natural wiper. So if there's dirt or dust, it wipes that away. And it gives you a little bit of pliability so you can really get grip. But the coolest part of this shoe is what it does underneath. This is called the AeroStep technology. And it's a shank, so it holds you in, but it also is a vent that goes all the way through the shoe. Pull the footbed out. You can see actually we engineered the inside of the shoe to have a vent in the bottom, so it really lets airflow work through the shoe. And as a final sign off, we even use the Franklin logo as a vent on the inside of the molded footbed. Most other pickleball shoes are a tennis shoe that's badged as a pickleball shoe. We started from the beginning. It took quite a long time to gather the data, to do the research, and then to restart basically from scratch. What we found is that a tennis shoe rebadge wasn't good enough for pickleball. We had to start at zero and rebuild every single part of the shoe.